Morning everyone, my name is Tarandeep Singh. I'm working as a software engineer on Java, Android, Mendix and Salesforce. So guys, my today's session is all about Mendix. So we are going to cover these four topics. One is the overview of Mendix Modeler. Other one is settings and configurations in Mendix Modeler. Next we have how to create your first application. Right? I will not go into deep. I'll just give you overview. So, and fourth one we have basic components of an applications. Right. So let's start with the overview. So Mendix Modeler is, you can say, an IDE to develop Mendix based applications. So Mendix creates web based applications along with mobile based applications. So how to download your Mendix Modeler? For downloading Mendix Modeler, you need to go to the official website of Mendix and have to log in with your ID and password. So that I've shared in my previous video, how to create your accounts and how to use this admin panel. So in this admin panel, you can go to the apps where you can manage your apps. Suppose we have this app, test application. Let's click on that. In this application, you need to download the modeler. We have the develop tab. Under that we have modeler. From here you can download the modeler, latest version of the modeler, in which you can work or basically create Mendix application. So Mendix Modeler looks something like this. So I was creating a new application. Let's open another instance of the Mendix Modeler. So I'm using 6.9.1. So but you have to check which is the latest one. So you can work on the latest version. So let me show you how it looks like. From the Mendix Modeler, you can basically create web-based application. Along with that, you can create hybrid mobile-based applications. Right? You need to code once, and you can compile multiple times on web or and mobile applications. So I'm waiting for the Mendix Modeler to start. Yeah. So this is the basic overview of a Mendix Modeler. So once you first time logged in, you have to enter your email ID and password, because you can see I'm logged in with my user ID and password. Right? You need to log in with your ID and password to work. Right? So this is the main navigation menu. Let me explain each and everything. This is a new project. So to create a new project, you can just go directly here, select any theme, right? Use this theme, and you can name it your application. Change the language if you want to. Enable team server. So enabling team server will help you to share the code base with your team. Suppose if more than one basically developer is working on a single project, so you all can use this same code base. So it will be helpful if more than one developer is working, as you can make it know if you don't want to share your code. Other one is the local drive, where you want to save your code. I'm not creating an application, I'm just opening my existing one. So open project is basically used to open any existing application. So two ways to open. One is from team server, other is from local disk. So you can download it from team server if you don't have the local instance. So I will open it from my local one. So the documents, Mendix. So this is the default folder where Mendix applications are created. So I'm opening my second app. Let's open this one. So you need to click on the MPR file. MPR file is basically a compiled version of your Mendix Modeler application. So this opens my application. Let's go in the menu. Here the new document tab is visible. So this will help you to create pages, some enumerations, images, layouts, menus, snippets. I will explain you later on. So I'm just giving you an overview. So this is like creating some pages or something like that. Next we have recent projects. So what recent projects we have worked on, we can open them directly. Other is save as, close project. These are the basic tools. Right? Export project package, import project package. So these are basically very good options given by Mendix. So like this is a application which I have created, my first module. I can export this module, right, and can use this module in some other project. Suppose I have created some tool, right, that will basically take some input and give me some output, right, that I need to use in some other application. So I don't need to rewrite the whole code, right. You can just directly export this package and can import this package in some other application of Mendix. Here, from here you can export and then import in the other application. Now we have the edit button. These have some basic edit functionalities: cut, copy, paste, delete, undo, redo, find for finding something, next error, previous error, and some configurations. View. So this view basically used to show the menu bar of basically view tabs. Like we have some error tab to check out all the errors. We have changes that will give us the changes that we have done in our local instance that are different from the team server instance. Stories. This we have console, to print the console, you can say some information about the application, some error printing, but we have error tab for the errors also. So here you can print something to show you what's the state of application, right. So this you can check out from the console. From console you can also view the database, because we are using local instance. If we are deploying on the local one, you can click here, start building database viewer, to open the database. From there you can just make some queries, right. So here you can just make the tabs view, right. So like the changes one, you can click on that to show you the change view. So all the changes we can view. This is a project explorer that will give you the basically all access of all the projects modules. So like all the tabs are here. If we go to project, we can synchronize project directory, right. We synchronize with the team server project, right. Showing project directory in the explorer. Deploy for Eclipse. So the deploy for Eclipse is used if we want to basically access this application in Eclipse. So Eclipse is also an IDE. So from the Eclipse we cannot basically create our application. We can change only the like supporting jars. We can basically change the CSS, right, these type of things. Let me show you. Once you create this one, click on this deploy for Eclipse. It will create some files in your local drive, and that basically support by the Eclipse. Let me just show you in the Eclipse. So this is my Eclipse. Here I've added my new project, my second app, by importing my project here in the Eclipse. Now you can see this is the file, MPR file, which we have opened in our Mendix tool, but this application we cannot open here, right. But other thing we can open, like we can use it. You can check out the jars which we have used. We can change the CSS files, right. Change the UI, right. So these things we can check. We can change the dependencies, jars, everything we can do it here, right. These are all the component JSON files, other HTML files we can change. So let's go back to the Mendix. Here we have create deployment package. So deployment package is basically, you can say, we are creating a package of our applications that we can publish or we can expose to the client's environment, right. So Mendix provides us a Mendix console. Let me just show you the console, how it looks like. So we have this Mendix service console. So service console, we need to input some file and we can deploy our file to any server, right. So to upload this file, like we have the add app button, we can click here and can upload our new instance, right. So it's like something we are exposing our new release to the client's environment, and to expose we need to use this Mendix console software, right. So for that we can create deployment packages, right. Clean deployment directory, we can clean that directory. Run. So run is basically to run the application on cloud or on locally on my local system. So run locally, this will run on my local system. Connect debugger. So debugger is used to basically debug my code, like something went wrong in the code or application is going crashed. So basically I can connect my debugger with that and can detect what are the errors that are causing that issue by adding some breakpoints in my code. And like, so I can even basically connect my remote server application where I have deployed my application with this URL and password, and then I can directly connect my debugger to that live application. So this is a view: desktop app, tablet app, and phone app. Like this will basically give you a view of application, how it looks like in this environment. So it's like opening that application. It will create an dummy environment. It will show you how it looks like in the mobile. I think I haven't run once, so I think I have to run. It will show me. Okay, I have to run it on my Opera, as I have logged in Opera only. So till the time it's running, let me show you some other controls. Right, so this will help you to run application and check out how it looks like in different environments. Right. View hybrid mobile app. This will show you the hybrid mobile apps. Right. So team. So team is basically used when you have switched on the team server. Right. So update will basically update your local code with the code that is in the team server. Suppose some other developer has made some changes, so you can basically update your code with the team server's updated code. Commit. So commit basically help you to commit your local changes to the team server, so other developers can also use that code or can also update their code. Show changes on disk. So this will show you all the changes that are available on your disk that are not in the team server. History will basically give you an overview of what all commits that has happened on the team servers, right? So download from team server, upload to team server. So basically, like if you want to upload a local code to team server so that other developers can also use that, you can download, you can upload to team server. And when you want to download some application, just like what we are doing from new project, open project, we are downloading from team server. Similar way, we can also do it from here. We can download some application on a local system, right? Other one is manage branch lines. So guys, we can basically have multiple branches. One is the main line, that is basically the main line that is going, you can say a live instance is the main line. You can use it as a live instance, right? And with that live instance, you can create multiple branches, right? So multiple branches can be like this. One is developer branch, one can be a QA branch, right? So these type of things you can create, right? So once developer commits his code, basically QA can or testing team can basically merge their code from the developers branch, right? They can update their code. So once they approve the testing, right, they can move it to the next phase, and when it passes from the next phase, they can move it to the main branch. Main branch can be as a like live instance or the final release, right? So you can manage all your branches. You can create new branches here for your development, for your testing, and everything, right? So what I was showing. So here you can create a branch, a tag version, or a main line. Like so, this is basically from where you want to create. Like I have a main line. Copy the content of main line in that branch line, right? And if you have any existing branch line, you can copy and make a same copy of that branch line to a new branch line. So you can create branches from here. Other one is merge changes here. Suppose you have multiple branches, right? And you have committed your changes in some branch, like in development branch. Now you want to merge your development changes to your main line so that your client, right, can see the changes. This you can do here. Also, like if testing team want to test your code, they can basically merge changes from the development to their testing environment, right? So if machine just not branch line to merge, so we need to create some branches to test this. So like I was telling you, like suppose testing team wants to do some testing on new application, so they can basically merge changes from the development environment and can update their code, right? So once they approve the test, they can commit from their local branch, right? Then next team will basically download the code, or you can say merge code from the testing, right? And then they can do the next phase of work, and then if they want, they can push it to the mainline by basically going to mainline and can merge from the previous one, right? So reverse merge changes are if I basically merged from some branch and that code was basic corrupted code, right? So we can reverse that changes. So in tools we have some basic tools: patch, release, patch, update button, something like this. Help, this is basically help page. If you have any question, if you need any help, you can just ask it from here, right? This is you to know the modeler version, right? So I was showing you the local instance. Let me just show you. So I'm running the local instance of my application to show you different views of like how it looks like in the mobile and how it looks like in the web, that I can show you. So first we have to run the application. From here we can select what version we want to, like we want to open desktop, tablet or phone one. Let's try with the phone one, right? So it's opening in the Internet Explorer. Let me open in the Opera. We can open multiple versions. This is basically I'm opening the mobile version, so you can test how it looks like in the web and everywhere. So see, this shows the phone preview, right? So when you publish on the phone, it will look something like this, right? An error occurred, please contact. So this is some issue in our application, right? Because I just created the application, so I have to configure each and every page to make it visible, right? So guys, I was telling you something about this. So here we have my apps. This will basically help you to check out your other applications which you have created. App Store basically used to access some plugins, or you can say some themes, or some other modules that are already developed by some other developer. So this is like a share common point where you can basically access some defined themes, tools and something like that, components. You can use it, right? So I think now it will work. Let's try again. It was opening. Let's try in the new tab. See, so it works. So now it's showing my application in mobile version. So it looks something like this when I open my application, or when I publish my application on mobile application as a mobile application, right? It looks good. So this is the web version which I was showing you. So I need to create, I think I need to create some credentials. I don't know the ID and password. I just created this application, right? So this is how we have to run our application, and this is how we can select the environment in which we want to test, right? So I think you must be clear with the settings and configurations in Mendix Modeler, right? I just show you how to create the first application. Now we can move to basic components of an application. So basic components consist of pages, microflows, right? And you can say some other supporting tools. Basically we need only microflows and pages to make a application, right? So firstly, like let me just show you the tree structure. From the tree structure Our first tab is project, my second app. In this you can go to settings, you can create or basically you can set up your database environment, server environments, right? What server you are using, or basically if you want to give the path of that server, like if you want to use some IP address, right, you can directly access that. The port numbers, database, you want to use database built-in or you want to access some third-party database, you can just configure database here, right, and it will work. Running times, so this will have some configuration like what theme you are using. Currently we have only one theme, but we can download it from App Store and we can import them here, right? After startup, which we want to open before shutdown, something like after startup, these are some microflows that will work, right? So this will have some microflows. After before shutdown, we have to open some page, or if we want to basically have some microflows, this we can do. Default time zone we can select, and other settings we have, right? So these we have modeler settings, right? Language settings, certificate settings, right? So we can do it here. Then we have security. Security, basically we have to select what type of environment we are using, like we have prototype or protection, right? So basically we can create some user roles like admin, user. We can create as many as roles as we want, right? And we can basically give permissions to each and every role to access particular pages or not. So this is the admin ID and password that are created by default, right? So like MX admin is a username and one is the password. Its role is basically admin, right? So these are the two demo user accounts that they have created. We can create as many as we want from the application, right? So password policy, we want to create any password policy, we can create from here. The navigation bar. Navigation bar is help you to create your navigation bar, like as we have seen the application, we're able to see home, administration with sub items as like accounts, active sessions. So we can create that navigation from here. We can add some new items, sub items, and create them, right? Then these are some other components of our application. So this is my main application in which I have to work on, right? So I'm closing my existing one, right? So this is a domain model. Domain model is basically, you can say, a way to create database tables, right? So I want to create a database table. Its name is accounts. That will save account details of my users. It will have name as an attribute. That will be a string. Then we will have phone number, right? It will be of integer. So we can change it, calculate it if you want to calculate it using some microflow. I will tell you this later on. These are associations if you want to associate this table with some other table, right? Validation rule, if you want to make any rule, basically if someone enters the data, it should show something like that, and everything we can do it here. Event handler, we can add event handlers here, like some before commit, you can say triggers, like before commit, after commit, delete, create, you can add some triggers, right? These are indexes, right? So if you want to add these basic you can say system members, right, we can just add, like this will create 4 more fields in our database: created date, change date, honor, and changed by. This will automatically get created in our database, right? Persistable or not, we want to make it persistable or not, you can check it from here. So I created this one, creates a new entity for me, right? So we can create as many as we want and can build some relationship between them. So this is my home page. I can connect any page from my navigation bar with my home page. So this is home page. I can add some icon here, or I can basically on click of this one we can add a microflow or can connect a page. So I've connected my page. Let's go to the page. So this is basically a page. So we can create as many as we want by using the new document button. So this will give you a new page, a microflow, and some other components we can create. I will tell later on. So this is a basic overview of how a page looks like. We are having some controls, or we can say some widgets from where we can create our pages, right? So we have data view that will create some view. In that we can select the entities for which we want to create a data view. So we can create data view, data grid, template grid, list view. I will explain each and every component in detail in some other video. So this is just overview how basically components, what are the components of a basic applications. So one basic component is a page, right? Other thing, we are having a microflow. We can create a microflow. So we can say something like test microflow. So it's a microflow. We can create like we have set an activity. In that activity I can basically create some objects, delete some object, use an aggregate function or list, and use some Java action, and we can do this way, right? Or we can add some Java action calls also. Suppose like I want to create some object, so I have only one entity. I can create an object of that entity. Want to commit, want to refresh, right? And what are the values that I want to set. That I can do it here, and got my phone number. We can do it here. This will create an object. So whenever we call this microflow, it will create an object of accounts with these values. So just like a small demo for a microflow. Similar way we can make enumerations like a static list, or you can say a key value pair that we can access in our applications. So we'll take it as test enum. So we can create like a we can create as many as we want. So these are like a constants. So in application we can use these constants. Basically we can use a data type that will have these constants, right? And we can give it in the drop down menu. User can select it from the drop downs, right? So we have the different one, document, folder. Going to create a folder, page, microflow, right? We have an image collection, right? Image collection, we have added one. So image collection, we can add images that we can use in our applications, right? So we have snippets. You can say a reusable code, right? So I've created one page. Suppose this is the page. So same layout should be visible in more than one page. So instead of creating the same UI, I can create a snippet. That snippet we can basically call in our other applications. Not an application, we can say like we have multiple pages, so we can use the same snippet of code in different pages. So you can create a snippet from here. A menu bar, you can create it, right? So we have Java action. So Java action, we can call a Java action, and you can create some Java actions, like we can create some rules, we can create some data sets, right? So we can create some constant and some other that we'll explain each and every one in some other video, right? So we can consume services, we can make some consume services like JSON structure, XML schemas, other all. So we can even basically right, consume app services, right? So these are the basic components that we can use in our applications. I will explain each and every component in different video. I just want to give you a basic overview on how a Mendix Modeler looks like and how to work with Mendix Modeler, right? So this is a basic overview. I hope you like the video. Thanks for watching my video. Do subscribe my channel, like this video, share with your friends, right? If you have any question, you can comment in the below section. I will definitely help you guys. Thanks for your time, guys.